Hey guys, Political Junkie 2414 here, and welcome back to my next video. So later today we're going to be having the first 2024 presidential debate in Atlanta between incumbent President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. And there's been a lot of news coverage about this, a lot of speculation about how this debate is going to go. This is the earliest debate to ever happen in a presidential cycle in American history, that's been televised, of course. And I wanted to focus today, I wanted this video in particular to focus on Donald Trump's lack of preparation for this debate and the his campaign's seemingly complacent view of the debate. There, and contrast that with Joe Biden's ridiculous amount of preparation for this debate, and how I think that it could potentially lead to Trump actually losing this debate, despite all expectations. And so, overall, over the last couple of weeks, or the last week or two, Joe Biden has been down at Camp David, off the campaign trail, rigorously preparing for this debate, while Donald Trump has basically continued to campaign, continued to meet with Republican leaders, and discuss policies for his second term, go to fundraisers, and what it speaks to me, and this is kind of comical, but it's kind of like a tortoise and the hare situation, because I feel like Donald Trump is really taking this debate for granted. His campaign is really taking this debate for granted, and this election for granted. And the reason I say that is because throughout this cycle, Donald Trump has really not made an effort to reach out to moderate swing voters like the ones that voted for Nikki Haley, that would be crucial to him potentially winning the presidency, but would also guarantee or would also help Biden win if they were to vote for him. Um, and Trump's continued to lean into his um, rhetoric, his harmful rhetoric towards the debate moderators, Dana Bash and Jake Tapper, who will be moderating the debate tonight. Just typical Trump rhetoric, and it really does seem to me like no matter the Trump campaign really thinks that no matter what they do, no matter what they say, they really have no chance of losing this debate. They think that Biden is going to be they're spinning this narrative that he's going to be on drugs, and that he's going to be taking performance enhancing drugs that are going to help him uh, uh, in the debate. They're trying to really spin the narrative to try and convince the public that Biden's not really, um, he's not really, what's the word? He's not really capable of being president, which of course is not new, but this is a stark contrast to Trump's 2016 campaign, and the reason I think that is because no one expected Trump to win in 2016. And the Trump campaign at that time didn't have a win to really bounce back on, or really to look back on. Whereas this time they do. They spent all of their time and all of their energy trying to build a winning coalition, and it worked. It worked against all odds. But now Trump has really fallen into this trap of embracing the sort of violent rhetoric, the toxic rhetoric that's going to alienate a lot of the undecided voters, a lot of these moderate voters who are not very happy with Biden, and in fact very much disapprove of him on the national level, but are not big fans of Trump. And the more that Trump does this, and the more that he takes this debate for granted, and this campaign for granted, the higher I think Joe Biden's chances go up. Now, Biden, on the other hand, I think, is a very vulnerable incumbent. He has his age is going to be a serious issue in this campaign, in this debate. I don't think that if Biden wins this debate, he's going to, um, come. I'm keeping my expectations low for both candidates, but I think um, I'm honestly leaning towards Biden winning this debate because he has really, just as I made that analogy to tortoise and the hare, you know, think of Biden as the tortoise and Trump as the hare. Um, Biden's really taking this debate for granted, really been vigorously preparing, and I think that that's going to end up paying off for him. Now, I think a lot of Republicans are arguing that Trump is just a natural debater, and I think to some extent that's true, but at the same time, Trump acts a lot on emotion. He is going to have to temper himself, or he's going to really have to control his emotions tonight. And if he doesn't, then he's going to come off as um, uh, you know, as crazy to a lot of people. Whereas if Biden stays level-headed, but also makes a point of leaning into forceful rhetoric, and when I say forceful rhetoric, I mean like going after Trump, and kind of embracing what's the word? Um, you know what I mean? Kind of being the Biden that he was um, at the 2020 debate, where he's told Trump after he was interrupting him, "Will you shut up, man?" Or when he was at the State of the Union. If Biden can be more electrified, I think that that can really help him. Um, and I think a lot of Trump's advisors at the same time, if you look further in this Politico article, which I have up here, um, Trump's advisors really haven't been have really been telling him what he wants to hear. They've been looking up Biden. They've been looking up news articles about Biden, like potentially using performance enhancing drugs, as I said, which would spin the narrative in their favor. Um, they're focused on policy discussions with Republicans in Congress, and all of it just speaks to the fact that they think that this election is in the bag. Now, I'm sure that there are people on this campaign that if if Trump was not so um if Trump was a more persuadable guy, um they would be honest with him and say, "Hey, you actually have to appeal to these moderate voters," but they know that they can't really convince him because Trump, as we all know, is a very hard-headed person. And I'm trying to stay as politically unbiased as usual, but I think if you just look at it from an objective standpoint, Trump is very much is very much has a very rigid way of thinking. That's kind of just part of his personality. He leans into he doesn't like to lean into political correctness. He's very forceful with his rhetoric. That's just kind of who he is. He tells it like it is, or at least how that's kind of Trump's view of how he should be. Um, and so I think that overall, they're really if you look down here, Trump's communications advisor, Jason Miller, is saying that many in the media are already prepared to give Joe Biden a participation trophy if he can simply stand upright for 90 minutes. And then he starts reading off headlines to Trump from 2008 to now that he argued were sympathetic toward Biden. And, how it comes across to me is just they're telling Trump what he wants to hear. They're not giving him the constructive criticism. They're not giving him any feedback that would help him win this debate. They're just feeding into his hubris and his ego, and that could very well be his downfall. And meanwhile, Biden is very much taking this debate seriously. And so I think that come tonight, if Trump really underperform if Trump really underperforms this debate and Biden wins it, which I think is a real possibility, I think that Biden has very much been underestimated this entire election cycle. Um, it will be because Trump did not prepare, and it will be his own fault. He will be his own downfall. But of course, I could also see Biden very much struggling. Of course, both of these candidates are very old, but Trump's got a lot on his plate right now. He's a convicted felon, and in his recent rallies, he's really been leaning into, he's been really leaning into this rhetoric and making these long speeches, and to the average viewer, it kind of seems like it kind of might seem like he's off the rails, and so I think that this is a debate that's going to be very interesting. If I had to make a prediction for who's going to win this debate, I would say Biden. Right now, I would say overall, first of all, I think Biden's going to exceed expectations, regardless if regardless if he or Trump wins. But I think Biden has a real shot at winning this debate. I think that he's a lot of people forget that he is been in politics since he was 29 years old. Actually, before that, but he was elected to the Senate when he was 29. Um, and he has a history of doing well in debates. His campaign has been really preparing for this moment, and if he can really spin the narrative on Trump and really change the way that and really perform well tonight, he could change the trajectory of this race, and he could see his approval ratings potentially go up slightly. We could see him retake the lead in some of the national polling averages, and it'll be interesting to see. So yeah, sorry if this video was a little disorganized, guys, but I just wanted to make a video. I'll probably make a video discussing how this debate went tomorrow after we see it. Let me know what you guys how you guys think this debate is going to play out. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video with someone who you think would enjoy it, and yeah, let me know. Are you guys gonna watch the presidential debate? I know that I am, and yeah, just let me know what you think about this whole the first how you think this debate's gonna go. I'm kind of talking in circles right now. Uh, but yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things politics. See ya.